This right here is why we do this show. To which I say, you're welcome. This is Deadly Prey on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello, welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Jackie.
We're all here. Yay, we all made it.
Hell made it.
Again.
We weren't deadly prey. Or undeadly prey, as most people in this movie were undeadly prey.
You have a hard time surviving this movie because you think that Danton's just going to reach right through the TV and punch you right in the mouth to death.
Yeah. Or heart stab you. He heart stabbed like 10 guys.
He's the ultimate badass. The very definition of action star. Impervious to modern weapons.
He's grenade proof.
Unstoppable killing machine.
Probably has a chafed wiener by the end of this movie.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Got tiny shorts.
Yeah.
Zipper's rubbing. There's probably no underwear underneath here.
You can't wear underwear.
He is going commando.
Yeah.
He is 100% going commando. And he's also in the icky stuff throughout the movie. He digs his own holes that he hides in that are covered in leaves that have how many God knows how many bugs are in it. He sleeps on the ground. It's
in the water.
He goes in the water. He's got leeches up his butt. They can't penetrate his skin though because he is Danton.
He's Danton.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an amazing film. This one. It instantly went into my Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Instantly. I had to kick out Jim Cotta.
Jim Cotta's not as good as this movie.
No,
so it's very
it is not.
Justifiable.
Few are as good as this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very few.
Apparently
can't believe
10. Or 9. Or 8.
I think it's going to be about 8.
Yeah. So
on my
there's
list.
8 movies better than, or 7 movies better than this?
That I prefer.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of movies that are better than this.
Well,
yeah.
Better, but I mean, for the so bad it's good category of movies, there's 7 better. Yeah. Which is a testament to the quality of this film.
And it's got me, like, who do I write to? Who do I start harassing about giving up their ownership of the AIP library so that these can start getting on Blu-ray? Because I would like to see, you can't tell on a VHS that's been run 100 times and then put on YouTube how this actually looked when they shot it.
Is it actually this crappy looking, or is it just because this is so old and watched 1,000 times?
Yeah.
Because if I had this on VHS whenever this was on VHS, what do you think? 80s?
It's 88. This was probably on VHS.
I would have worn the tape out.
Oh, yeah.
There would not be a copy that I could own of this movie because I would have worn it out.
Yeah. I wore out Rambo 2. Yeah. It was unviewable. It was just garbage after I got done. I think I watched it 30 or 40 times.
I wore out 1989's Batman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'd wear this one out, though.
I wore out the Aristocats.
Ooh.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Yep.
Except for Danton.
Except Danton.
He has no business.
Dan would eat your cat.
Yeah, he would eat your cat. So speaking of that, I went to, I think it's deadliestprey.com. It's David A. Pryor's official website, built in 2013, or at least the copyright's 2013. It is the silliest website I've ever seen in my life. It is fantastically bad. But on it, he says that the David A. Pryor collection coming soon.
So he's got his own stuff, I guess.
Or who knows how long it's been coming soon.
Didn't pay attention to see if David Winters was still alive.
Oh, I didn't either.
Because he would be the guy that owns all of it.
Yeah. Well, whoever owns this website is claiming that they're going to have a David A. Pryor collection coming soon with all of them. Maybe like the Girls, Guns, and G-Strings collection from the Andy Sedaris library.
Yeah, I don't know that Andy Sedaris ever gave up ownership of his own work, though.
Well, who's to say that David A. Pryor...
Well, he never had. He sold it.
Did.
He sold it to Winters. Winters bought out AIP in 1992.
Maybe that's the hang-up, is he's trying to get it back.
Yeah.
Why coming soon? Well, it needs to happen. There's like 1,000 comments on this page about this needs to happen.
Yes, it needs to happen.
Very important, David A. Pryor, to get your shit on either Blu-ray or DVD.
Well, at this point, there's Blu-ray's going to be the if you're going to
It's just
remaster it,
cheaper. Yeah.
if you're going to remaster it at that point, just Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Plus, we'd like to have, 3 hours of you telling us what happened.
Oh, I would love this.
I would watch anything that he has to say about the making of this film. I would watch probably twice.
This website is so bad that he instantly has gone into, I need interviews from David A. Pryor. Well, this guy is, what's going on with this guy? How did he make this movie and then make this website?
And Ted is his brother.
With Ted.
Ted.
I would also like to hear from Ted.
I would like to hear from Ted.
Ted Pryor.
Ted Pryor is an interesting guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Pryor is super buff.
Yeah.
I don't know what his brother looks like.
I think Danton is super buff. Ted Pryor, just by taking the role, is automatically gains super buffness.
Mm.
Just
Oh.
by being Danton.
By being, Danton, that's the world's best workout routine. It has nothing to do with steroids or whey protein. It's just like, if you land the part of Danton, you're instantly a muscle man.
Yep, exactly. With a mullet.
With a mullet.
No,
Your
that
hair
makes
just
sense.
grows out like that.
Yeah, just instantly.
That's like, the top only grows so long and the back grows a little bit longer naturally if you're Danton.
The greatest mullet that has ever been captured by film. Like, I thought Stingray was the guy.
No, he's not.
Stingray's a little bitch.
Yeah, Stingray wouldn't last 10 seconds with Danton.
Not
Yep.
even close. He'd try that eyeball poke out move, and Dan would just be like, I am impervious to your fingers. You cannot take my eyeballs. Chop!
Yeah.
Stabbed in the
He
heart.
would be 5 steps past him, and Stingray would already be dead, and he hadn't even hit the ground yet.
Exactly.
Like, Danton's already working on his grocery list. And you haven't even hit the ground yet, Stingray.
Yeah, a very, very awesome movie. It starts out with
Danton.
you're in immediately on this film. Like, there's no, I need to learn about Danton and to understand the Danton. No, you understand Danton within 5 seconds of this film.
Yeah, you do. And there's not, you know it all. The mullet, the cutoffs, and the yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Because that's the
I
beginning.
thought he was naked at the beginning.
I think he's just got it the cutoffs.
He's got tiny pants.
Yeah,
They
you
are
can't
very
tell.
tiny pants.
When you're wearing those, a silhouette, you're going to look naked.
Mm-hmm. There's no cutoff
Fringe.
silhouette. Yeah, there's no fringe. He's got the nicest cutoffs that have ever been worn by man. Because they're Dantons.
He hasn't washed them yet.
Fuck! He doesn't need to!
The dirt and the
He just
poo is
sleeps in
afraid of
those.
him.
He sleeps in that. He only wears these cutoffs throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Not any... He never removes these cutoffs.
No, he doesn't.
No,
he did have a
does at
shirt.
the very end. He gets some commando
Oh, that's
pants on.
right. He takes a bath. He goes home and takes a bath in the middle
Oh,
of,
that's true.
in the middle of being
yeah.
hunted. He's like, you know what? I'm
Put
going to
some
go home and
Vaseline on
shower
his-
up.
Yeah, put some Vaseline on his junk because it's all shaved.
Oh, Danton. Well, apparently, there's a group of paramilitary mercenaries out in a field someplace in Southern California.
75 miles southeast
Well, their field-
of LA.
I don't think their camp is nowhere near their training facility. That's
No.
the woods.
I don't know. They didn't have a good grasp of geography.
No.
No.
But they hang out. They've got a huge camp of like 900 guys, tons of tanks and military equipment, and unlimited amounts of weapons.
Yeah.
Out in a field someplace near LA.
Well, the guy says that it's 75 miles
That's
southeast.
the training facility, which is the
We got-
jungle.
When he says, where are we?
Mhm.
And the guy says 75 miles southeast of LA.
Right, which is in the training center jungle where they perform the hunt.
Yeah, all of
You
it's
don't
right
know.
there.
You don't know that. I'm just saying.
By
They're
proximity,
very different
because like
looking terrain.
guys like run from the hunting area back to camp and are like, oh, shit's fucked up a couple of times.
Yeah, but Dan walks back to L.A. that's 75 miles away in the matter of minutes. Time and distance have no meaning in this
No,
film.
they don't.
But either way, there's mercs that in order to be the best mercs in the world, they train by hunting a man.
Mm-hmm.
They go out and nab guys and stick them out in this jungle place, and you chase him and shoot him, and if you don't shoot him, or if you get beat up or do anything that is not perfect hunting and killing the guy, they will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You must be the ultimate hunter at all times.
Yeah.
Why do you even need to train then if you're already the ultimate hunter? Training's not going to do anything. You must learn from your mistakes, Thornton.
Yeah,
not get killed by them.
It's not even training so much as it is testing.
Well, and honestly, just to throw this out here, right? The guys that they go pick up off the street, right? They're supposed to be mercenaries.
Uh-huh.
They're not soldiers. So when you actually go to a mission and you're trying to get into a soldier compound, you are extremely unprepared. Because those guys actually have some skills, and car insurance salesman guy that you pulled up off the street, he's not going to know shit from Shinola about defending himself.
No, they're not. They're not choosy with who they decide to hunt.
And they handicap it pretty good with the bare feet thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the first guy.
He was barefoot.
Yeah, he was barefoot.
Yeah.
And
in the
what was
end,
up
he
with
makes
that
him
guy's
take
clothes?
his shoes off.
How did the first guy... Okay, so they hunt men, and they start out by hunting a fat guy.
Yeah.
Who is just disheveled. His clothes are ripped up. He's really dirty. He apparently has no shoes, but he's wearing like remnants of a suit.
He looked like he was a bank teller.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a car salesman.
Slacks and a white shirt.
Yeah.
That are destroyed.
Like he's been on a desert island for a really long time.
He looks worse than Tom Hanks in Castaway.
He looks bad. Except where he doesn't look, he's still quite portly.
Yeah, so he's hasn't been out there long.
Hey, did they rip up his clothes?
I think he's just from running around. I am to assume that the earth ripped up his clothes.
Maybe he got that suit at Kmart.
Well, it ripped itself up then. Or is it the grenades? Like,
no, I think a grenade would kill you, not rip up your clothes.
Well,
unless you're Danton.
He also gets exploded a couple times. The fat guy.
Yeah, hunted men seem like they do better with grenades than the hunting men.
Yeah.
Who die instantaneously from grenades.
I think the grenades blow up his clothes.
The grenades are choosy in this one.
Yeah. So either way, he gets hit by some grenades. He's stumbling around, gets shot in the leg, and he goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy comes up to him. He's like, "I got you now, you son of a bitch!" But the fat guy hits him with a rock.
That's why when you're hunting a man and you got a shot, you just take it. You don't try to go up to him and talk to him like, "I'm going to get you."
You got to get a one-liner.
Shoot him.
There.
Well, say it to his dead body.
Oh, shoot first, then one-liner.
Yeah.
Time to die. Doesn't quite work after he's dead.
Yeah, well, but they have to get it better. Time to die isn't going to be the one. Looks like those pants aren't going back to Woolworths. Because they're ripped up now.
Where'd you get that shirt? The dead store?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, so he bonks the guy, and then he runs off, but then he gets shot again, and, they kill him up real nice. He begs for his life, and Thornton just blasts him right in the chest. But then Thornton, the other guy did you guys ever verify, does Thornton have a mullet, or does he just have hockey hair?
Well, I think that it's all... Hockey hair and mullets are really all the same thing.
Are they?
There's varying levels. If it's longer in the back than it is on top, it's both of those things.
Yeah. What do you think, Jackie?
I thought it was a mullet. Just a really shitty mullet. Like, he was having some problems growing out the back.
He's got a bit of an ape drape. It's a long ape drape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that would be a good way to describe it.
He never takes off his shades either. He's super badass. He's got tank top, army pants, and aviator sunglasses, and then the ape drape.
I think what he has is Joanna Kern's hairstyle from Growing Pains.
Yeah, I would say
it's
that.
It's the feathered lady haircut.
Yeah, but he's awesome!
Which, I don't know if that was Joanna Kern's was the hairstyle before Friends. It was the Rachel. You'd go and be like, give me the Joanna Kern's from Growing Pains. What is her name in that show? What is anybody's name in that show?
I think Kirk Cameron was Kirk, actually.
Well, it would get confused otherwise.
No, he was Mike Seaver.
Mike Seaver.
Yeah.
Carol Seaver.
Carol Seaver, there you go. Who cares? Thornton is the lead bad guy. He's not the boss of the mercs, but he's the tough. He's the head tough of the mercs. He's the best merc that they got.
Right.
He's got a huge gun, huge hair, huge muscles.
Mm-hmm. Huge sunglasses.
Everything about Thornton is big.
Yeah.
including his ego. But he kills that guy, and then they go back to camp. There's some new recruits. 3 of them are in it for the money. One guy named Cooper is in it for the fun.
Yep.
Coop.
Jack Cooper. As we find out later.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He doesn't even give a shit about the money. He just wants to have some fun with these mercs.
Yeah.
He wants to hunt a man. So, they're out of people to hunt. They've killed the fat guy. Apparently they don't have a stockpile of people of prey. Not so deadly prey. So they gotta go back into town and get another hunted man.
Yep. But before we go into town, we meet Hogan.
Oh, yeah, the leader of the boss in charge is Hogan.
Right, and we meet scandalously dressed army slut lady.
Sexetary.
Her name is Sybil, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got the bad L.A. nose job.
Mm-hmm.
From the 80s. I am led to believe she's probably got the bad L.A. boob job as well.
Yeah, we never find out for sure.
Never find out, but she's wearing her paramilitary gear is army shorts, army vest, and then a cut-off boob shirt.
Yeah.
And no bra.
Here's a question. So when the pants aren't sexy enough, you just pull them up higher? Is that the strategy? Because it seemed like it was the strategy back then. Women would just do that. Like, if it wasn't form-fitting, just pull them up higher.
Pull them up higher, yeah. Give yourself a case of the tall butt.
Yeah. As long as some of it gets wedged in your butt, then it's sexy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I never liked that in the 80s.
Yeah, I guess just the tighter... I mean, you have the tight pants already, but you need to make those tight pants tighter. And the only way to do that...
Pull them up.
Pull them up. Get them up to your armpits.
If your butt isn't eating your pants, it's not sexy.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the thing.
Well, speaking of sexy, we finally get introduced to one Michael Danton.
Yep.
Who is sleeping. It's like noon. But he's got a rough life.
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, somewhere in there.
Who knows what time it is.
She says it's 8 o'clock. You need to get up or you'll be late for work.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But the alarm clock on the top of the bed says it's noon.
All right.
Just in case you were
just
wondering.
flashing 12. Nobody ever bothered to set that.
He's in the waterbed, of course.
Yeah, a bit also big.
Danton must have a waterbed.
Mm-hmm.
Danton doesn't sleep on no spring air mattress.
Well,
what's that? The Tempur-Pedic, or the one that you have the adjustable sides.
The memory foam bullshit?
Yeah, or the one that...
The eye comforts?
Yeah, something like that. He doesn't go for any of that fancy shit.
The one where you can drop the bowling ball on the other side and the other person can be reading?
He has
As the bowling ball crashes onto their leg and breaks their calf.
Mm-hmm.
He sleeps in his cutoffs. His cutoffs are his pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
And a holy sweatshirt.
He's got some chores to do. Got to take out the trash there, Danton.
Yep. And it's 2 bags of trash, isn't it? Like, he hasn't done that in a while.
No.
Yep. And his wifey is hanging out in some black lingerie.
She is also doing chores in her nightie. A
sexy time
night lingerie thing.
Making breakfast.
Yep. Making breakfast in the sexy clothes. So Dan goes out, takes out the trash, instantly nabbed by the mercs.
And what is his name? The head merc? Thornton is with him. He hits him with a collapsible stick.
Yeah, I don't know what
Billy
it's
Club.
called. Yeah, Billy
stick.
Club. Yeah, nightstick, one of those. He's the guy, apparently. They see him taking out the trash. Oh, what about this guy? Yeah, he'll do. He'll do nicely. Bad choice. Why Danton? Why pick Danton of all people?
Because he was there.
He's not fat.
I don't, because of the guy that they were hunting before, it seems to me that they're not choosy, they just grab a guy. All of their targets are of victims of opportunity. He's there, grab him.
Yeah.
Grab that guy, he's there.
I guess nabbing guys isn't the easiest thing in the world.
No. And if it's, 8:30 and you already found one, think of what else you can do with your day. Hunt that man.
Yeah.
You don't want to drive around all day looking for the right guy.
And if you get back to camp in time, you could probably still get some bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
Cook is probably still, hashing it out.
or out in the hash browns for people to
Browns?
eat. Hash brown outing, putting out of food for people to eat.
Wah, wah.
Well, his wife sees him get nabbed, so she knows he's been kidnapped.
And she doesn't really seem that concerned.
Hey! She doesn't even say anything, she just looks at the van.
Which instantly I have the question, like, what's she gonna do? But we'll find that out later.
Yeah. Well, it turns out there's another guy back at Merc headquarters named Michelson. He's the money
The money, yeah.
behind the Mercs. Is he hiring them, or is he like
Yeah, they're his mercenary team that
the
he's gonna...
CEO of Merc Camp?
He wants them to do something specifically because he wants them ready in a month.
Right.
Right.
So is he a client, or does he
No,
run the show?
He runs
He
the
says
show.
that if you kill me, you won't have any more funding. So he's funding this whole thing.
Yeah, I imagine that, like, when it comes down to it, when these guys go out for hire, the profits will go to that guy.
Yeah.
They all make what they make, but that guy makes the real money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then Mickelson's the main show. He visits Hogan, gives him the 1 month ultimatum that Sam mentioned. You got 1 month to put these guys together for Operation.
Up your butt.
We're waiting. Untitled.
Operation, you guys have to go to work now,
Yeah.
which it's not enough time.
No.
Yeah, well, it's never enough time if your military training is hunting bankers without shoes. You're not, like, the thing is, when it really comes down to it, this is the shittiest military training ever.
It's strength in numbers. They're not really skilled.
They don't learn anything.
Thornton is skilled, but
Yeah.
all the other guys are
Yeah,
just idiots.
that's the
It's
thing.
just, we need more of these idiots.
They're bullet catchers.
They're bullet catchers.
We're gonna send in Frank first to see what, where the...
All of the Franks. There's going to be like 70 Franks. Because
Right.
There is. There's
10,000 mercs at this camp.
Right, so we send them in first, they unload their ammo onto them, and then while they're reloading, we'll shoot them,
Well,
and then go into camp.
I think that they're bullet shields that just like a phalanx to surround Thornton, to get Thornton into wherever, and
Yeah.
he can get the job done. Because Thornton's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah, Thornton is badass. But that's the thing, is that, like, I need more time. You're not training anybody.
Mm-mm.
You're just hunting barefooted people
Mhm.
that don't shoot back, which is not military training. No one is learning anything. Thornton is learning whether or not he should shoot some of these guys himself.
Yeah, what mission does a merc have where hunting a man would come in handy?
Is in a handicapped manhunt.
Yeah.
Barefoot
When
bankers.
is this teaching you anything?
No.
Right, that was my point from the beginning of the show. Like, seriously? Worst tactical
Yeah.
moves ever.
No. Well, they got Michael Danton. They give him a knife and tell him to run.
They don't give him a knife.
Yeah, they do.
They did?
Yeah, they give
That was
him
a
knife.
bad idea.
Yeah. Well, you gotta
Here, kill me with this,
make it a
Danton.
little fair. They also take off all of his clothes other than the cutoffs.
Cut off, which they took off his sweatshirt
Yeah.
because that was all he was wearing besides his cutoffs.
But
Well, he had some tennis shoes on when he was taking out the trash.
is that part of the rules of hunting man, is to take his shirt because they don't take the banker's shirt off?
The banker didn't have a knife either.
No? They're just winging this shit. This guy looks like a pussy. Give him a knife and take his shirt off. Oh, no.
No.
He's ripped as shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
we've chosen poorly.
Like, everybody else is on board. They're, like, sending the route ready to make him run. And then there's one guy that's like, this is the guy, really? You didn't find another banker? This guy looks fucking serious. I don't know. Don't give him a knife.
I
I know, he's all pissed. Why'd you give that asshole a knife? We didn't give the banker a knife.
Yeah.
I love the slow pan up of Danton.
Oh,
From
yeah.
the feet up.
He's buff as shit,
You
dude.
fall in love with Dan immediately.
Yeah.
It's just so fantastic.
You
So-
know that he could crack a walnut with his butt cheeks.
I bet.
They waste no time, or Danton wastes no time. He at this point, the rest of the movie is unstoppable killing machine.
Yeah, and that's where, a lot of these hunting man movies, and there's a million of them, they really cheap out on you, and because you can get a lot of footage that is usable and editable footage real quickly if you're just having guys run around in
Right,
trees and
yeah.
shit like that, and they'll, shoot half the movie in 2 days.
Uh-huh.
They do not do that. In 1 minute and 23 seconds from when they send him off, he has killed a son of a bitch.
He kills a guy by hitting him with a tree.
That was the second guy. No, the third guy. Wait.
Yeah, the first guy he kills is he hits him in the face with a tree log.
With a giant,
Yeah, like a
most of a tree.
A tree that
Most
has
of a
fallen
tree, yeah.
over, that he's just kind of picked up, and he's like, fuck you, buddy, and hits him in the face with it and steals his knife.
There's no, I've got to get to a good ambush location or scout the terrain and find out where the weak points of this area that I can exploit. No, it's run, Danton. Why? I'll just kill all of you guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna walk over here, I'm gonna grab this tree, and then I'm gonna hit Bert with it right in the face until he's dead.
And he even tells him, you made a big mistake. I'm gonna kill you all.
His get right, when he gets right in Thornton's face, he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Danton! You're awesome!
Yeah, he's killing somebody like roughly every 20 seconds for the first, 12 kills.
The next guy is also one of my favorite.
That's my favorite of all time.
He picks a guy up by his neck and his nuts,
Mm-hmm.
turns him sideways, and then breaks him in half against a tree.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And without even, putting any effort into it. He's
Yeah.
not like, He's
That
just
guy
like,
looks like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
goosh against the tree, dead.
Yep.
Paraplegic, back broken.
Dantoned.
He got Dantoned all right. He goes on a rampage with the knife.
Yeah.
Just stabbing guys left and right, and the heart, and the stomach, and the neck.
Oh, yeah. That best one was when he stabbed that guy in the throat.
Yeah.
Right in the front of the throat. Like, he was going for the chest, but then the guy moved, and so he just stabbed him in the
Yeah.
throat.
Well, now that Danton's got a taste for blood, he's finally...
He's
you know what?
shaking the rust off.
Yeah.
Which took him a minute and a half. And he's like,
I
yep, I'm a killing machine again.
I didn't even bother to ask any questions. What is even going on? What is this all about? So he gets a guy,
Yeah.
pins him against a tree. Where am I? 75 miles southeast of LA, which is not where he actually is. That is
he's
not
like-
what 75 miles southeast of LA looks like at all.
Well, 75 miles southeast of LA is still civilization now.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, 75 miles anywhere of LA is still concrete at this
Yeah.
point in time.
So now he's figured it out.
He's figured out that they do this all the time, too, because the guy tells him,
Yeah.
I just joined up today. I don't know how many other people they've done this to.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wrong answer, and stabs him!
No,
Yeah.
he says, I just joined today. Bad timing.
Stab.
Well, he
Yeah.
learns, before he kills him, he learns that Hogan's running the show. And Danton knows Hogan.
Yes.
Yep.
They not only have kidnapped an unstoppable killing machine who is ripped as shit and has the sweetest mullet ever to grow, he also knows the head guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you'd probably want to start, rethinking some shit. Like, maybe we should go tell Hogan that
Yeah.
we got this dude and they're friends.
You blow the whistle.
Well, he can't because he's stabbed to death.
Yeah.
So he can't even, say, I have pertinent information to this bad idea. Nope, he's dead.
Yeah, it's true.
And his pertinent information died with him.
Can't relay the info back to Thornton so that Thornton could at least
Well,
make
Thornton
that decision.
wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's true. Thornton wouldn't give a shit. He'd
He'd
game
be like,
on
"Oh,
still.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna weed out more of you stupid fuckers that I don't have to shoot myself.
So what's going on back at the old Danton homestead?
So
well-
she's called her
She
dad.
called her dad,
Not the police.
He
her
happens to
fucking
be-
dad.
formerly the police. So she calls a retired police officer.
Who was played by Cameron Mitchell.
Cameron Mitchell shows
You know what
up.
Cameron Mitchell's name is in this film?
No.
His official title? Jamie's father.
Oh, good.
He does not have a name.
He doesn't have a character
But
name.
he does have a sweet African safari shirt.
Yes.
And
It looks like he's ready to go out and hunt some lions.
Jamie has fallen into the ultimate man, like, I understand why she married Danton, is because Cameron Mitchell, her father, is also kind of a badass.
yeah.
Like, who's gonna fill the shoes of my father in my life?
Danton.
Danton, well, yeah.
And, that's like that awkward, it's the perfect meet the parents, because it's always, he's going to be one of those dads when you meet him, he's going to be hard on the guy, right?
Mhm.
But if you're Danton, you walk through the door and it's just like, fucking whatever. They both sit down and crack beers. Not a word said.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're gonna marry my daughter, sweet chicken.
Yeah.
The actress that plays Jamie is quite bad. She's quite terrible at acting.
Yeah, I thought she was at least pretty.
Ish. She cannot deliver a line.
I didn't think that the sexetary was pretty. I thought she was not good looking.
Well, she looked like somebody that you go home with at 2:00 in the morning from the bar because you're desperate and everybody else is taken.
Yeah, and then you have the I got beat up sex last night, because she would beat you up.
Yeah.
You would not be the, I'm the man. No, you're about to get your ass kicked by this woman. She's going to shove things up your butt.
The way that she pulls her pants up that high, you know that her pelvis can take abuse.
Yeah.
She's probably going to punch you.
Here's so Jamie calls her dad. Did you guys catch that she leaves a message on the answering machine, but she picks up the phone, dials 3 numbers, and then immediately, the phone doesn't even ring.
Yeah.
It just goes straight to the answering machine, which is not, it seems like you can do that today. You get voicemail immediately, the phone doesn't even ring. In 1986, you could not.
No, in fact, it was like, ringing phones were a thing before voicemail and all that, so it was like, well, is 8 rings too little before the answering machine? Because that was like, the answering machine had a switch on it. I was like, you can either let it ring 56 times or 113 times before it even fucking picks up. So people just sat around in the 80s and listened to the phone ring from the other end until finally something happened, and it was usually 2 people doing a comedy routine that didn't work.
It's Jack! It's Susie!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
So leave a message!
Is that the button?
Well, back at camp or jungle training facility, Danton has found a cave made of bamboo. So he really is Bill Henry.
Yeah.
he comes out of the bamboo like old Faith. He nabs a guy, drags him back into the bamboo cave, which, for your listeners' benefits, don't exist. There's no such thing as a cave made of bamboo.
We should also point out that Cameron Mitchell, even though he's a former police officer, does not call any active law enforcement whatsoever. He decides to go commando on this bullshit, too.
Yep.
Yep, he gets in a Suzuki Swift.
Samurai.
Suzuki Samurai.
With the white wheels.
Well, he knows where the
And
camp
a
is
gun.
at, because she remembers the license plate of the van, so I guess he does his cop thing and finds where the van's registered.
Which is, like, she says the first 3 numbers. He's like, what's
Yeah.
the first 3? So that I can narrow it down to one section of all of the cars in this state.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, like, not... The first 3 is usually a prefix that a million cars have.
He knows exactly where they're at. He just drives right up to it and starts scoping things out. Finds the camp.
Yeah.
You know?
Just moseys on down there. Nobody stops him. Nobody sees him.
He's off-screen fucking Batman as far as his detective skills.
Yeah. Well, word has gotten finally back to Hogan.
He's making out with... He's Colonel Makeout right now.
Yeah, he's doing his best Steven Seagal impression. And making out with his employees. His ladies that take his dictation.
Yeah. Nation, Dick. Dick Nation. It's time that the planet, Dick. Gonna get you with it. So this is why I can't hire a human to have sex with me. Because it wouldn't work out. They'd be like, you know what? If you just pull your wiener out and shake it at me, it would be better than what you're saying. What's coming out of your mouth right now is worse than what's coming out of your pants. It's terrible.
I'm gonna dictate some notes to you.
Yeah.
Are you? Ooh, I'm horny now, buddy.
It's time for the Sexons in your face. Yes? No. Okay. Is there more coffee? There's not? Okay, I'll make some. How about that? What do I pay you for? To make me feel bad.
Well, Hogan has, he's learned that it's Danton as well, and it turns out that Hogan trained Danton.
Which this is, I think, fun because he looks at a dead body for a half a second and knows immediately that it's Dan.
This is the work of Danton.
Yes. Oh, shit.
Wait, he's killed all of you? Let me ask just one question. How many grenades did you guys hit him with? All of them. Oh, it's fucking Danton.
Yeah.
Shit. The unstoppable killing machine that's impervious to weapons? God, no! But,
And then right after this is the first of many times where someone gets the drop on Danton. And it's Cooper, Jack Cooper, his bro, because they've got each other by the throat.
the new guy from the
new
tent.
guy that likes fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, wait a second, I know you. Hey,
well, they're
bro.
like in death battle.
Yeah,
like they're about to stab each other in the face, and they're staring at each other for quite some time before it's like, hey,
I know you. You're my bro.
Yeah,
And they're
what's
like,
up,
hey.
dude? And then they totally bro out.
Yeah. And they do the bro, like, shake, where, like, it's like the high five that turns into the grass.
Yeah.
They do that.
They are good buddies.
And it's notable because you're like, oh shit, Dan doesn't have eyes in the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think, oh no, it's this Cooper guy is just that good because he can get the... No, people will later get the drop on Dan.
Dan's one weakness is that he is easy to get the drop on.
Yeah.
Well, they split up. Hey, we'll see you around, man.
And then he just, like, immediately goes and drowns a guy.
Yeah, just back to
Alright, see ya! And then grabs a guy and drowns him.
back to killing all of the
He
guys.
hides in the shallow part of the water.
Yeah.
The guy goes over there like, what the hell is that? And then he jumps up, grabs him, and drowns him.
Mm-hmm. He kills guys while under the leaf pile. He's dug a hole for his body and then stacked leaves all over himself.
And that's...
And a gun.
That's when the first milestone of Danton's killing. He's reached 10, so he's gotten into double digits with the drowning guy.
So, Thornton's out there with a group of guys, and I love this part. One of the guys is like, we're not hunting him! He's hunting us! And then Thornton just looks at him and says, suck this! And blows the guy away.
Shoots him.
Thornton is starting to get a little pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stressed out. Bam, you're dead. Oh, that makes me feel a little better. Killing guys is like Thornton's squishy ball, stress ball.
Yeah.
Calm down. I'll just kill this guy.
Find your center.
Yeah.
Bang. Okay, I'm good. I shot that guy and I feel better.
Well, Dan has also taken to laying traps all over the place. He kills guys with sticks, tripwire traps. You trip the wire and a stick flies through the air and lodges directly into your throat.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He also, another guy gets the drop on him and he kills him by shoving a twig through his whole body.
Yeah.
It's like it's a tree branch that if a child hit another child with, it would probably break. But if you're Danton, you can shove it straight through a human body.
It's kindling.
Yeah.
It is what you start fires with.
Yep.
And he kills a man with it. Well, one guy gets the drop on him, and he at least damages Danton for a second. He pops his arm out.
Yeah.
It dislocates his shoulder.
Yep.
But that's not a big deal to Danton.
No.
He just wedges a rock between his ribs and the arm and just puts it right back in. He doesn't even scream when he does it. Like, he's just like, ugh. Okay, I'm good.
Yep.
Time to go back to killing all these guys. He's not even trying to escape or get out or do anything. He is having a good time. This is a blast!
That's why he had to, like, earlier when he asked the guy the question, he's finding his center. He's like, okay, before I get carried away and kill all of you people, I should at least ask what's going on here, because I'm into it. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down, but look, what's exactly the circumstances of me killing all of you people?
This is like a weekend retreat
Yeah.
for Danton.
He's like, oh shit, I was gonna have to go to work today. Fuck yeah.
This is awesome. Well, it's dusk time now. Danton must eat.
Oh my god.
Nature's buffet.
He's not impervious to the needs of his rumbly tumby. So he starts out by eating some twigs, and some roots, and some berries. And then he works his way up to bugs.
He gets a worm.
He eats a worm.
Ted Pryor.
That he spits in his hand and then tries to clean off the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then eats it in 3 bites. Not just like, okay, I'm just going to stick this whole worm in my mouth, chew as fast as I can, and swallow. No, it is a 3-biter worm.
This worm.
Ted Pryor deserves some badge of merit for how he eats this worm on screen.
A worm died in the filmmaking of Deadly Prey. It's a real worm, not a prop worm. Eats the shit out of it.
Yep.
Tasty.
Numbers.
Hey, look at that! Why am I eating this worm? There's a rat right there! Just all the food
Yeah.
just keeps getting better for Danton.
This is like the chuck wagon section of nature. Like,
And dude, he could just grab this thing.
Yeah,
That's how freaking
he just
badass
jumps
he is.
on it.
He just jumps on it. He's like, mine.
yeah.
He's got the skills of a hawk.
Yep, he sure does. So he at least cooks it up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sticks a stick up his butt and puts it on a rotisserie.
Danton.
I would have liked it had it come, like, it cuts away back to the douches, and then it cuts back to Danton, and he's already killed, like, half of the creatures in the area, and he somehow, like, used nature to fashion, like, an apron that's, like, Kiss the Cook. He's got this whole fucking thing going.
He makes a tent out of a buffalo.
Yeah. He's wearing a bird as his chef's hat.
His pots and
He
pans.
just gets whatever Danton does, he just gets carried away with.
His cooking equipment are the shells of
Yeah.
many mollusks that are in this jungle area. Crabs and all sorts of fun stuff. Well, the Mercs also need a break, so they set up camp for the night. It's Miller time.
Which I think is really dumb because, as I'm assuming, they're not very far away from their actual camp.
Mm-hmm.
Just go back to the actual camp, you dickhead.
I see. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't think they are. I think they're a long ass way.
They never get in any cars.
No, nobody. Why have cars?
Maybe they're just lazy pieces of shit, and they sent Frank back to get the beer
Yeah.
Yeah.
and some
Where
food.
does the beer come from?
And only Hogan gets to drink beer. Everybody else doesn't get beer. Just Hogan. Which, if you're hunting a man who's hunting you, you know what?
Now is
Save
not
the
Miller
beers
time.
for later. Yeah. You're...
And they're litter bugs, because they just throw the beer bottles on the ground.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're hunting men.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, fuck it.
littering is not a primary concern of these dickheads.
And I think I'm led to believe that this is their training, hunting a man ground. They probably own this property, so it's theirs to do as they choose with.
I don't know. I think that whatever the name of the guy is, the money guy that was played by Troy Donahue, Michelson, I bet he's just like, go to this area, it's a state park,
Mm-hmm.
and just fuck around there until somebody says something. And then just wave some papers around at him and act official, they'll go away.
He's like, I'm not paying for no goddamn training facility.
Exactly.
That's why the secretary is there. That's her job.
I've got plenty of land, but right now I've got not dickheads on it. So you guys, go do your thing over there.
Well, Danton strikes, captures Hogan, holds him at knife point, says, "Back off, buddy, or you're all gonna die.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
promise
much.
you." Well, he goes back and Dan doesn't do anything. He just curls up on the ground and goes to sleepy time.
Well, that's one of the first of many Hogan Danton screams happens right after that.
Danton!
Never can you really, if you didn't know his name was Danton, you'd have no idea what he was screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some farmers show up, redneck farmers, and they find Dan snoozing.
Get the drop on him.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought this was going to turn into a deliverance thing. And I was like, oh no, they're going to try to do it to Danton, and then Danton's going to put the smackdown on him.
They're like making fun of him a little. Like, oh, crazy guy out in the woods with no
City
pants on.
boy.
Yeah,
Those
city
city
folk.
boys will eat rats. Huh.
They'll eat anything, that shitty folk. So the Mercs find the farmers. They inquire about whether they've seen Danton, and they kill the shit out of them.
They ask a specific question. How far? And I guess you were to assume that off screen he's gesturing.
Mm-hmm.
But, which way did he go or something? But Thornton asks, how far? And the guy answers, about 10 minutes ago, and then they shoot him. So, I don't know if they got the answer they were looking for, but they're not getting any more out of this guy.
So they're tracking Danton down, but he's got a rock pile that he is able to just push on top of him. Kills like 6 guys by this rock pile.
Yeah.
3, 4.
5.
He's up to 15 at this point.
Yeah. Then we get Dan versus Thornton for the first time. And they both have knives. They don't use guns. They show up with knives and they look at each other and then they're like, no. They toss their knives to the ground because knives are for pussies.
Mm-hmm.
We must fight with our fists. And Thornton takes Danton down.
I think it's just
Thornton
because of the
has-
shoes.
Yeah.
Right, and-
Shoe advantage.
And Thornton, ultra slow karate. How can you not duck when this ultra slow motion? I mean, the guy, it's not shot in slow motion.
Oh, he's
Thornton is
moving
just
slow.
really slow and putting his kicks out there.
Yeah.
And Danton's like, okay, I'm just going to stand here until the kick makes impact.
And I think it's just all of the 80s movies have this, the fighting is not at normal fighting speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so bad. Until I saw a Jackie Chan movie, I was like, Oh my god, people fight that fast? How are these men are invincible. Everybody else is fighting slower than them. Then it turns out, no, if you get in a real fight, people don't go that slow. They'll beat your ass real fast.
Like they're fighting underwater.
They're not going to wait for you to okay, I'm going to catch your fist, and then I'm going to slowly kick you a couple times. No, that's not going to happen.
It's like WWE wrestling. They map out what's going to happen in the ring before. Okay, I'm going to punch you, and then you're going to pick me up and slam me on the ground. But then I'm going to get up and put you in a choke slam.
So, Sam, is what you're telling us is that you got your ass kicked at some shady nightclub?
When he was 8?
When I went to the nightclub when I was 8. No, I did. I was going to movie fight him because I was in 2nd grade. I didn't know it went that slow. He beat me up. Beat me up real nice. I didn't like it. So the next time he tried to beat me up, I had filled my lunchbox. I had a Rambo lunchbox. Filled it up with rocks. I clocked that son of a bitch with it, and he went down.
Nice!
And he never beat me up again because he knew I was fucking crazy. I did not like it. I hit a man with a box of rocks because that's how much I don't like getting beat up.
Thorne's about to kill Dan, but Hogan comes in and says, "No, I need him. Take him back to the camp." So they take him back to the camp and tie him to a chair, slap him around a bit. But turns out Hogan wants to flip him. He wants Danton to come work for the Mercs, which is a good call.
Yeah.
You can fire about 200 guys.
If you have Danton
with
and
one
Thornton
Dan.
and maybe Cooper, you're good. These
Yeah.
other guys are basically just human shields.
Yeah. Well, they have a nice heart-to-heart about that, and this is when, during all this, Cameron Mitchell shows up in his Suzuki Samurai, starts walking through the camp, looking at all the equipment. Michelson shows back up and says, "You know what? You don't have a month. You got now. I need this now." It's only been 1 day since he was just there.
He was there 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
This guy's impatient.
But Danton, he breaks out of his ropes.
No, he
Cooper
doesn't.
cuts the
Cooper
rope.
cuts
We
him.
find that out later.
Because Slut Mania comes in there and throws water right in Dan's face.
And he does not like
Ladled water.
water thrown in his face.
Mm-mm. Nobody likes getting thrown with water thrown on them. I mean, I guess if you're being hunted and you've killed a bunch of people, it's less impact, but it's just, no one likes it.
He kills her right then, doesn't he?
No, he just punches her in the face.
Oh, that's right. No, she's still
Because
in
he's gonna kill her later.
Yeah. Blows up some guys with some grenades. He's loose.
He's one of the best one of the best Danton kills in the movie. It's not as good as the tree, but he grabs a grenade, pulls the pin, and puts it in the guy's pants.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Throws him in a tent, and he blows up crotch first. Grenaded the groin.
Yes. Finally, at this point, Danton finally has picked up his first gun and uses it. 3/4 of the way through the movie, and Dan finally starts, "You know what? I'm ready to just ramp this up a little. I'm gonna get an automatic weapon and just start mowing guys down." So the Mercs know, they also gear up. They're now bringing in the big shit. They tons of grenades, tons of guns.
They got a tank.
Get the tanks, get the heavy equipment out. To which the tank shoots Danton. He gets shelled by a tank.
And it just knocks him over.
Yep. And then he's pissed, jumps up, grabs a grenade, pulls the pin, runs over the tank, puts it in there, and then holds the lid down.
Yep, kills all the guys in
And
the
this
tank.
is where we assume that there's 3 people in the tank.
At minimum, there's 3 people.
Yeah, we have to start making assumptions about how many people Dan is killing.
Yeah.
Because he's killing too many people to keep track of.
Yeah, during the watching this movie, Sam's writing down the Danton kills, Justin's writing down the normal kills, and I am watching the movie saying, kill, killed, killed.
Yeah, in case we missed it, she's like the alarm for a kill. And after the grenade, the helicopter
He's got to
shows
go
up.
against the chopper.
Yeah,
Danton versus Chopper.
there's 3 guys in the chopper, verifiable 3 guys in the chopper.
Danton wins.
Yeah, Dan wins.
He
3
blows
guys.
up the chopper.
Yep.
Explodes the chopper.
Freaking awesomeness.
And he gets a grenade launcher. He starts killing guys with grenades. Launching grenades.
Yep.
Dunk. Blows guys up. He's just killing
He's
everybody.
just killing everybody. And in this flurry of killing is where we get to number 27, which is where I have officially probably missed somebody. At 27, I have a question mark because it's at least 27. Danton has killed at least 27 people right now.
He has taken the time to dig a 6-foot hole in the ground to which he can jump into at any time and then spring out of the trap with his gun and blow guys away.
Mm-hmm.
When did he dig that?
That was the shelter. When did that happen?
Yeah.
And when he pops out of there, he's at now 32 probably.
But they've trapped him. They've got him held at gunpoint. But Cooper shows up and he's switched sides.
He's ready to play ball. He's like, you know what? I'm ready to be on the winning team.
Turns out Coop cut the ropes back at the tent. But now they're even because apparently Danton saved Cooper back at Vietnam.
Yep.
So, obviously, things aren't going well for the mercenaries.
No.
So, they try a new strategy. They go after Dan's family.
His wife.
His wife. Gonna get you. They get her. They
show a doorknob being rattled, and she goes, ah! And then it cuts to her being in the tent.
Yeah. Well, Dad also...
Yeah, this is when Cameron Mitchell's trap.
Yeah, his trap
What?
of parking the Suzuki Samurai in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And laying on the ground in the hopes that somebody that's related to the mercenaries in some fashion shows up.
Yeah.
And somebody does.
It happens to be, what it's right down, Michelson?
Michelson.
Yeah, this is like, he's done some off-screen detective work to find out that it's Michelson, and then this is the perfect trap for him.
Yeah.
So he just gets off the ground and fucking shoots him.
And I guess it's, hey, do you need some help? Kind of a trap? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going to happen there?
But he just gets up and shoots him, and then that's the end of Michelson.
Yeah, Michelson is dead, but...
He gives him this big speech, though, beforehand about how he's this son of a bitch that's ruining the world.
Here we go.
Okay.
Who am I? A little man who spent 27 years of his life as a cop, trying to put big shots like you away. 27 years in the filth and the dirt of the streets, and there ain't no music down there. You watch the people on the streets killing, raping each other, pumping dope through their veins, while big men like you sit in the fancy penthouses. And yet the poor slobs rot in hell. I know about you. As long as it puts money in your pocket. Today, the nobodies who made you rich are gonna win. Die, you son of a bitch.
And then shoots it. Bam, bam!
Ha!
Yeah, that is quite a speech.
Oh, it's a great
It's
monologue.
not as good as Eagle Man
No,
from
not quite.
Free Jack, but
pretty good.
pretty good.
So, yeah, no more Michelson, so no more money, I guess. But, the Mercs don't know about this.
Yeah, and they're already balls deep in what they got going on for the day.
They're balls deep in something. Unfortunately, it's Dan's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she has a bad day. She gets the rapings.
From Hogan.
From Hogan, directly. The dad then shows up. They capture him because I guess he goes back.
Well, he goes back to the thing, and because remember he's like, "Are you with you, or are you one of them?" And the guy's like, "No." He's like, "You're a liar,
friend or enemy."
Yeah, friend or enemy.
Friend, liar, kablam!
He shoots him, and then there's too many guys for him to shoot.
Yeah, they capture Cameron Mitchell.
Right, because he was trying to pickpocket this guy and get information.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got the drop on him.
Yeah. Well, they take him back to the Hogan's tent, and
shoot him.
Jamie's there. They rape me, Dad. They kill Cameron Mitchell.
Yeah, he's like, you son of a bitch! He tries to strangle Hogan, and Hogan just shoots him right in the face.
The shape of things to come.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, I don't know if I saw that coming with the killing Cameron Mitchell, but he's dead now.
Meanwhile, Danton, what's Dan doing? He needs to get cleaned up.
Yeah, he went home.
He walks home. He's got to take a break from the killing, takes a shower, and changes his clothes. But guess who's there?
The lady with the high pants.
Yep, secretary is there, Sybil. Hogan calls Danton at home.
He, has a good, he's been calling every 5 minutes waiting for him to get there. Is he there yet? No, he's not here yet. Hang up.
Danton asks, what do you want? You know what I want. You. Dead.
Which now, I don't get what this guy wants.
Hogan?
Yeah, because what is your plan?
He wants Danton.
I know, but
dead.
Yeah. And then what?
I don't know.
Because, his whole
There's no
thing
more money. The business is done. There's no more Mercs.
Yeah.
Michelson is dead. This has all gone to hell for you, Mercs. You're running out of guys.
I would have left if I was one of the Mercs at this point.
Dan hangs up, shoots Sybil right in the face 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then, turns out he's got an armory at his house.
In his basement.
All a classic weapons stash.
Yeah, in a locked cabinet.
Sarah Connor has got nothing on Dan's weapon stash.
No.
And it's all in there, like, strategically placed. He has to kind of pull on it to, like, this locker could probably fall over and all of the weapons will stay in their little holders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice stuff. We get our first montage of the movie, actually the only montage of the movie.
Yep, making some traps.
Traps and weapons montage.
Which then when those come into effect, the body count starts going to the point that all my notes are just numbers. I can't write anything else down because it's a slot machine of death.
Yeah. Cooper finds him setting the traps. Now Cooper's on his team. He doesn't like it with the Mercs. Doesn't like where it's going. And he wants to play for a winning team.
Yep.
Which is obviously Danton.
Yeah, Team Danton.
Team Danton is better than Team Merc. They invade the camp again, but they're caught. I got throwing knife? Oh yeah, he throws a knife.
Throws the knives.
Yeah, a bunch of throwing knives. They rescue the wife. Go in and get her out of the tent. That's when we get the grenade pillow.
Oh yes. Yeah, that was a Cooper trap.
Yeah, Cooper trap. Sticks a grenade in some...
Knocks some dude out.
Stuff and then
puts
his head with the grenade.
Yeah, it puts a hat on it so it's a little softer. So he's like, oh, I'm taking a nap. And the guy gets up. Boom!
Yeah, exploded.
Stashes
the wife in the bamboo cave. She's hanging out there while they're doing their weekend retreat of killing mercenaries.
Yeah.
I've got a note here. So many traps!
There's so many traps.
So many traps! It's ridiculous, but Thornton sees the traps. He's too good.
He doesn't tell anybody about it either.
Yeah.
He just avoids them for himself and lets,
The retards set him off.
Yeah, because he's going to shoot these guys. It's just saving him some bullets if they get caught in these traps on their own.
Coop gives Danton a bazooka. Gotta have a bazooka in this film.
Yep. Goes ahead and kills 5 dudes with that bazooka.
Blows up some guys.
Which gets us to the magic number of probably 49.
Yeah. Thornton gets Jamie, the wife, finds her in the bamboo cave.
Yeah.
And gives her to Hogan again.
Yep.
And now shit's about to get real, because Thornton takes off his sunglasses.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. So they got the wife hostage. And Cooper shows up. He shoots Hogan. Son of a bitch, shoots him in the arm. But no! God damn it, Thornton! Killed Cooper!
Yeah.
Cooper's
I was like,
dead.
oh, not Cooper.
Oh, man, the team up is over.
Which I was like, I don't like this now. Because Cooper gets shot. They've already shot Cameron Mitchell. I'm like, oh, I think they're killing the wrong guys here.
Yeah.
But, no, it's good, because things are going to happen here.
So, Danton's seeing shit go down. He finds Cooper. He's death rattled. Dies in Danton's arms. Dan takes off, gives chase. They got my wife. Guess what happens?
So, there's really no, way to soften this one, especially when you're watching it. He just dusts... Yeah, Thornton just dusts Dan's wife.
Yeah, shoots Jamie
he just shoots her.
Right in the face.
You don't even see it. He's just not like... There's no struggle, there's no do this, or I'll shoot her. He just fucking shoots her.
Yeah, Danton sees it.
And Danton is 3 seconds too late to do a goddamn thing about it.
Makes Danton bulletproof.
He is... Yeah, he is bulletproof.
Because he gets... Thornton is pointing a 45 at him and just rattling off rounds.
Uh-huh.
Danton runs straight through it.
Ricochets off of him.
And lops off his arm with a machete.
Oh, the greatest arm lopping.
Awesome.
Guess what he does with that arm, folks?
Yep.
He does it. He beats Thornton with his own arm.
Beats the shit out of him.
Now, to stage this a little, don't forget that this is 1986.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very common joke now. This may have been the first instance of somebody getting their arm cut off and then getting beaten with it on film. It's amazing.
It was cool.
And because of the film's proximity to the Los Angeles area, and that these guys are old insider-rounders, maybe a lot of people, Video Store didn't see this. A lot of the right people saw this.
Yeah. Well, 2 million on this YouTube channel.
2 million people have seen it now, yes. But at that time, Hollywood insiders have seen Deadly Prey, most likely.
Yeah. Well, he scalps Thornton. Thornton's dead. He finds Hogan and he tosses the scalp at him.
This is all that's left of your merc.
Yeah.
And the magic number is 50 on Hope, which I want to think that I didn't miss anybody, because I think that would be fantastic if Thornton is 50.
Mm-hmm.
The 50th man that he killed in the movie is a tough guy.
Sam, you want to tell us? You want to break down the end? Give us your best. Danton? Yeah, when he talks to Hogan.
Take his shirt off. Take it off! That's a guy for shoes. Take off your shoes! Run!
Run!
And you're like, yep,
Run,
they needed to kill
Hogan.
fucking everybody because the
Credits.
ending of this movie is amazing.
It's amazing. Credits. Stand up and clap time.
Yeah.
You have just witnessed something magnificent. Amazing film.
Yes.
Questions.
I have 4 questions.
Okay.
What year did aiming come back to being en vogue in movies?
The Mercs are not good.
No
aims.
one aims a gun in this movie.
You know, Dan's not really the best aim either.
No, nobody, like, when he gets to the gun, you're kind of like, okay, put the gun down. You were killing more people with your bare hands than a knife.
Yeah.
You can't miss people with a knife, I guess.
Everybody's a hip shooter.
Oh, yeah. Nobody shoots anybody.
Nobody shoots anybody. It's a good question. Jackie? Do you have any questions?
So,
This is a good question.
Yeah.
my big question was, there's a sleepy-looking guy
Uh-huh.
who has 2 trash bags and a pair of cut-off shorts.
Uh-huh.
He looks mean?
He does?
That's because that was the description that Hogan gave him to go out and find a new dude. He looks mean?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand that you can't necessarily be too choosy when choosing guys to hunt,
Mm-hmm.
but I just keep driving past Denton. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you see that guy and you're like, he means too much business.
Yeah, we're not gonna have... If this is all we've got to choose from, we're not having Manhunt this weekend.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
Because that guy's on some serious roids.
I want fat guy or old guy or wheelchair guy, maybe.
Anything.
Anything but Danton guy.
The hair says it all. The business, there's too much business up front, and the party in the back is way too happening.
Oh, it's...
It sums him up. His hair is a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He wears a sign that says, you don't want any, and it's his hair.
Indeed. My question is, when does the opening shot of the movie take place?
Yeah. I think at the end. I think the first shot of the movie is the last shot of the story.
So he is walking along, sticks his arm up in the air and goes, yeah! I mean, you don't hear him go, yeah, but you know he's saying, yeah!
Run!
It actually never happens in the story because there's no point where he has a gun and cutoffs.
Yeah.
Or is it in the walk back to his house?
Oh, maybe, like, things are going well! Yeah!
And I hate my job, but today's awesome! Woo! Because he didn't know that his wife had been kidnapped yet.
Yeah, it's true.
That would
It's
be...
true.
Because he's wearing
Okay,
cutoffs.
I like that answer. It's on the way back to the house.
And it's dusk, and when he gets home, it's dark.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, you might be right about that one, Sam. It's a good call. What's your next question?
So... Is Danton just pissed because it's him? Like, would Danton hunt men? Is this something that he'd participate in?
Like if they just called him and were like, hey, Dan, we need some badass dudes. You're the baddest of dudes.
Mhm.
Would you like to join our merc camp and hunt men?
Yeah.
What would his answer be? No.
No? Okay. I think he actually
Dan's
says
got
so in
better
that.
shit to do.
Yeah.
He's got a wife and kids. Or he's got a wife.
Yeah, he says he's paid his time. He doesn't want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah,
But if you hunt him, he's all down to kill you. Like, sure.
It's
I
like
can
riding
kill
a
all
bike.
you guys today.
You reap what you sow, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. What is Danton up to before all this? Like, what's going on with Danton?
What's his job?
He's got a job.
That's one of my questions. I
He's
don't
the
know.
bouncer at the nudie bar.
I think he might be selling cars.
I don't know.
I think he worked at a car. I think there's mention of somebody working at a car wash.
I don't remember that.
Maybe that was Cooper worked at a ਕਰ wash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
Cooper worked at a car
Yeah,
wash.
Cooper's like, it beats pumping gas.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what happens between Danton, or what happens to Danton between Vietnam and this mess.
Hmm.
I would like to know. I think there should be a Danton TV show. Just the adventures of Danton.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get enough Danton.
No, there needs to be everything Danton. My last question would be, is Danton a fun guy to hang out with?
Ooh, that's a hell of a question. No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so.
think it'd be a real bad time. Like, you'd be sitting there listening. Like, he's got the single of Stranglehold on a cassette tape.
Uh-huh.
And it's just got Stranglehold on both sides.
Looped.
And he just
Stranglehold.
flips it over. Like, that's hanging out with Dan, is listening to Stranglehold until he flips the tape over and you listen to Stranglehold again.
Uh-huh.
And you don't say anything because you're worried he's going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not eat the last chip, the last pizza. You leave that for Danton.
Always leave that shit for Dan. No,
Like,
I think
you
I'm
go
out
to-
on hanging out with Dan.
You go to a barbecue at Dan's house, and there's a paper plate with 2 burnt hot dogs in it and a jar of mayonnaise next to it and nothing else, and you don't know what to do. And he's just listening to Stranglehold, and you know if you ask him, he's gonna fucking kill you.
And you have to like everything that Dan likes.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to watch Love Guru? It's my favorite movie.
Oh.
Yes, I do. God damn it, Dan. No, I'm out on hanging out with Dan. Good question, though. Anybody else have any questions? All right. Recommendations.
Oh, yeah, this is
Oh,
it.
without a doubt.
This is
yeah.
it.
This is argumentably the finest movie we have seen on this podcast.
Yeah, I think this is the best one we've done.
Yeah. So, without a doubt. We do have a correction. This movie is not on Atomic Cyborg's channel. It's on another guy's channel, Obscure somebody 437 or something like that. So just Google Deadly Prey full movie. It will come up, or go to YouTube. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to stop whatever you're doing and watch it right now.
And hopefully you watched it, because the shock of him beating the guy to death with his own arm is just... What? What?
It's so amazing. I loved it. I just absolutely... I almost cried at the end.
Yeah!
I was getting emotional because I was just so fucking happy that how great of a movie this was. I loved it. There you go, there's your show. Get to the chopper unless Dan's exploded it.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.